Tonight, we're diving into a problem that's disrupting how we work, shop, and connect. Major internet outages. One moment, you're streaming a movie or checking your email, the next, everything stops. Websites won't load, apps freeze, and suddenly a big part of your world vanishes. What used to be a minor annoyance is now a serious, growing issue. These outages are happening more often and hitting more services than ever before. Experts warn that the number and scale of recent outages are unprecedented. Erie Meyer, a former government tech advisor, calls the situation uniquely terrible, like the Y2K fears, but real and recurring. Imagine trying to check in for a flight, but the airline's website is down. Or your smart home devices suddenly go dark. These aren't hypotheticals, they're real events disrupting travel, commerce, and even personal security. The internet is now the backbone of modern life, and that backbone is under strain. In this report, we'll explore why digital blackouts are becoming the new normal. We'll look at recent major outages and the structure of the modern internet. Why does so much depend on just a handful of giant companies? What risks does this create for our economy and national security? And what are officials and experts saying about solutions? This is the story of the hidden fragility in the digital world we all depend on. Stay with us. The past year saw a surge in large-scale internet failures, exposing just how fragile our digital world is. In just 1 month, 3 massive outages hit the core of the internet, each from a different tech giant, but all with similar global effects. First, Amazon Web Services, or AWS, went down. Instantly, platforms like Roblox, Ring cameras, and even smart beds stopped working. Delta Airlines passengers couldn't check in online, causing chaos at airports. Days later, Microsoft's Azure cloud suffered a major outage, crippling services for companies worldwide. Alaska Airlines was hit hard, passengers couldn't check in, and operations ground to a halt. Then Cloudflare experienced its worst outage in years, disrupting sites like X, formerly Twitter, OpenAI, and Discord. Each incident rippled across industries, from gaming to travel to social media. Cloudflare's CEO called it their worst failure since 2019. These rapid-fire outages made one thing clear. The services we rely on every day are built on a surprisingly shaky foundation. Millions were affected, and the world took notice. The message? Our digital infrastructure is more vulnerable than we thought. Outages are no longer rare. They're a wake-up call. The question now, how did we get here? And what can be done to prevent the next blackout? Let's dig deeper. To understand these outages, we need to look at how the internet is built today. Gone are the days when companies ran their own servers. Now most rent computing power from a few massive companies, known as hyperscalers. Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud dominate this market, running enormous data centers worldwide. Cloudflare is another key player, providing speed and security for countless sites. When you stream, shop, or bank online, you're almost certainly using one of these hyperscalers. This shift to the cloud brought efficiency and innovation, letting businesses scale quickly and cheaply. But it's also led to industry consolidation. Fewer companies control more of the internet's backbone. That means single points of failure. If one hyperscaler goes down, the effects ripple everywhere. It's like having most of a city's electricity run through one power station. If it fails, the whole city goes dark. The convenience of the cloud has come at a cost. Our digital world is now dependent on a handful of invisible landlords, and when they stumble, we all feel it. That's the risk we're facing. Relying on a few hyperscalers means a single glitch can have massive consequences. A tiny software bug or human error at one company can knock out services for millions. It's the ripple effect. A problem in one data center spreads to thousands of businesses and users who may not even know the hyperscaler exists. Think of it like a car factory missing a key part. Production stops everywhere, not just at the supplier. When AWS, Azure, or Cloudflare go down, their customers, banks, airlines, pizza shops, go down, too. The end user just sees their app isn't working, but the real issue is buried deep in the internet's supply chain. This hidden dependency makes outages widespread and confusing. Recent failures show how a single point of failure can trigger a digital shockwave. AWS's outage hit not just Amazon, but Roblox and Delta. Azure's failure grounded Alaska Airlines. Cloudflare's glitch took down X, OpenAI, and Discord. Each time, a central problem spread outward, disrupting daily life. The internet's strength, centralization and efficiency, is also its greatest weakness. One small glitch and the whole system stumbles. That's the fundamental vulnerability we face. What's behind these massive failures? Surprisingly, it's often not hackers or cyber attacks. Most outages are caused by small, internal mistakes, software bugs, DNS issues, or faulty updates. Take software bugs. A single error in code can bring down huge systems, as seen in Cloudflare's recent outage. Even software meant to protect the internet can sometimes break it. DNS, the internet's phone book, is another weak spot. If DNS fails, your computer can't find any websites. That's what happened during the AWS and Microsoft outages. Misconfigured DNS left users stranded. Routine updates can also cause chaos. Last year, a faulty security update from CrowdStrike crashed Microsoft-based systems worldwide. The result? Flights delayed, medical networks down, even police departments affected. In a hyper-connected world, even a well-intentioned update can have disastrous consequences. These technical hiccups reveal just how fragile our digital infrastructure is. One small error can trigger a global blackout. The lesson: complexity breeds vulnerability. And the stakes keep rising. Internet outages aren't just inconvenient, they're expensive. When services go offline, business grinds to a halt. E-commerce sites can't sell, companies can't operate, and employees can't work. Every minute of downtime means lost revenue, not just for tech giants, but for thousands of smaller businesses. A single major outage can cost hundreds of millions of dollars. Amazon, for example, loses millions in sales every hour it's down. But it's not just big companies. Small businesses selling through platforms like Amazon or Shopify are cut off from customers, unable to process orders. For them, a few hours of downtime can be devastating. Airlines are hit hard too. Outages at AWS or Azure can ground flights, delay passengers, and create costly chaos. The ripple effects pile up: compensation for passengers, overtime for staff, and logistical nightmares. Experts warn that our economy's dependence on a few cloud providers is a growing risk. J.B. Branch, from Public Citizen, calls it incredibly concerning. Our economic well-being is tied to a handful of tech firms. The internet was meant to democratize business, but now it's created a new kind of dependency. When the cloud stumbles, everyone pays the price. The financial risks are real and growing. It's a fragility we can't ignore. The rise in outages isn't just an economic issue, it's a national security concern. Critical infrastructure used to be government-owned or tightly regulated. Now our digital backbone is run by private for-profit companies. Asad Ramzanali, a former White House tech official, calls this concentration a national security risk. Government agencies, hospitals, and first responders all rely on cloud services. If a hyperscaler goes down, essential operations can grind to a halt, even during a crisis. These companies are now prime targets for cyber attacks, but most outages are caused by simple mistakes, not sophisticated threats. A single employee's error can have the same impact as sabotage. The lines between private business and public safety are blurred. The dilemma: tech giants have the resources to build these systems, but their priorities are profit, not public good. Should the government play a bigger role in overseeing this critical infrastructure? In the wake of these outages, officials and advocacy groups are demanding action. Some call for breaking up big tech, arguing that no company should be able to break the entire internet. Senator Elizabeth Warren and others say antitrust laws could reduce the dominance of Amazon and Microsoft, eliminating single points of failure. Others push for more regulation, mandatory investigations after major outages, more transparency, and new rules for the cloud industry. The goal: hold these companies to higher standards like other critical infrastructure sectors. Fines for failures, stricter security requirements, and better reporting could all be on the table. The challenge is balancing reliability with the innovation that made the cloud so powerful. The debate is no longer about whether there's a problem, it's about how to fix it. The future of our digital infrastructure is at stake. The time for action is now. The internet's foundation is more fragile than it seems, built on a handful of hyperscalers. This centralization brought innovation, but also created a critical vulnerability. A single bug or misstep can trigger a domino effect, taking down huge swaths of our digital world. These outages aren't isolated. They're symptoms of a deeper problem. The internet is now essential infrastructure for our economy, government, and security. When it fails, the consequences are immediate and real. Lawmakers and advocates are asking tough questions. Are tech giants too big? Do we need new rules? The answers won't be easy, but the path forward requires collaboration. Tech companies, government, and the public all have a role. The internet is a shared resource, and its stability is a shared responsibility. The digital blackouts are a warning we can't afford to ignore.